Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to this session. I hope everybody is doing well. So here we are going to have a quick announcement and detailed discussion for the notification of BOB LBO 26 examination. Correct? Initially we had 3 months ago the vacancies and notification for PSB LBO, then IDBI, then PNB, then recently in August we had also the notification for the Indian Overseas LBO, and now this is, I believe, the third notification related to LBO examination in past around 45 days. So there are nearly 2,500 vacancies, approximately number is somewhere around 2,400 something, but approximately you can say 2,500 vacancies are there. The pattern is quite like the LBO examination pattern. So let us discuss about this notification, the vacancies, from which states are you eligible according to your qualification, according to your working domain, etc. And what is the syllabus. Correct? We'll be having two following lectures also. There are two other lectures which are planned, which we'll be having probably tomorrow and day after tomorrow, where we are going to discuss about what? The pattern and how to crack the examination in your first attempt. Okay, there will be another session, complimentary session, where we'll discuss all the GA questions which are being asked in the examination, in fact the previous examination in BOB LBO, because GA portion, general economy banking knowledge, is predominant as far as the online test, the phase 1 of the test is concerned. So if you are good in that, there is a good amount of chances that you are going to make it out through the examination. Let me just check if my voice is audible or not, and then we'll move ahead. Examination. Let me just check. Yes, so audio, video both are completely fine. Now let us move ahead with the discussion. Let me open this particular tab. You can see here the BOB recruitment of local bank officer on regular basis in BOB. Correct? The online registration it is starting from 18th of August 2026, that is today, and the last date for submission of application and the payment of fee will be 7th of September 2026. So you have good amount of time. Do not hurry in filling the form. Firstly, watch this particular video, all the criteria, all the eligibility, everything, correct, and then after a few days do proceed with the application. Now, applications are invited for eligible Indian citizen appointed for the LBO officer. The process of registration of application is complete only when theek. These are the very common generic points, nothing unique here. Before applying, candidate must ensure that they fulfill the eligibility, something that I am also asking you to do first. Shortlisting and interview selection method will be purely provisional without verification of document. Yani ki when you are being called for the GD or for the personal interview, during that particular time, the verification, everything will happen. During the initial stage, just like most of the examination, verification is not done. Correct? Candidates are advised to check bank's website for current opening. Okay, so these are very generic points, not very something very important here. Let's scroll through this particular page to see what we have next. Yes, so here the age limit is mentioned. Age limit is minimum 21 and maximum 30 years. Correct? The vacancies, exact number, as I was mentioning, it is approximately 2,500. Exact number is 2,482. All right. Also, you should have post qualification experience. You need a academic qualification. You should be graduate. Correct? You should be having a valid mark sheet from a valid university or college, and after your educational qualification, that is your degree course, you should also have a 1 year of post qualification experience as an officer in any scheduled commercial bank. All right, under second schedule of RBI Act of 1934. Correct? So if you are not having on the cutoff date, if you do not have the complete 1 year post qualification work experience, that too on an officer grade, then you won't be eligible for this examination. So make it sure. For example, if somebody is working in the clerical profile, clerk cadre, so even if they have 1 year, 1 month, 13 months of experience, that won't be deemed as enough for the post qualification eligibility criteria. Correct? LPT here is also, it is there, just like most of the examination, most of the one day examination, you have the provision for the LPT. You should, for example, whatever states their vacancies are there, if you are appearing for those states, you should be well versed with the local language. There should be reading, writing, and also speaking ability. Correct? Now, those individuals who have studied the respective local language in standard 10th or 12th, they are not required to go through this specific test which is called as the LPT test, like most of the examination. But if your mark sheet of 10th and 12th, it is not showing this particular thing, that you have studied the respective language of the particular state, local language of the state, then you are required to basically undertake the LPT. Correct? Where your reading, writing, speaking proficiency will be tested. If you pass in that, then only you will be considered for the final selection. Correct? Now, there is certain exclusion also which has been vividly mentioned at the top of this particular notification in bold letter. So we should focus upon that also. The employees of BOB who have resigned from the officer grade position, or they have existed from the BOB while serving on contract within the last 3 years, okay, you won't be eligible for applying to this vacancy. Correct? Secondly, employees who are working in BOB in the officer cadre, or the employees who are engaged on contract basis, they also won't be eligible for this particular notification. So there are two very strict, clear-cut exclusion criteria put forward by the Bank of Baroda, which you should keep in mind. Okay? I think most of the people will not have this particular problem. Yes. Educational qualification we have already discussed. You should be graduate from any recognized university, college, etc. Bank may modify the number of vacancies depending on its recruitment, which is not very likely. Usually the number of vacancies remains constant, but bank is saying that we have that in our hand. Correct? Post qualification experience we have already discussed. Experience in central cadre would not be considered. Sorry, clerical, as I have mentioned earlier also while I was discussing this particular point, that experience in clerical cadre would not be considered for determining the eligibility. So officer cadre has to be kept in mind. I hope that's pretty much clear to you. Roles, responsibilities are same. Okay. Now let us see the specific state-wise list. So this particular page details out all the state-wise vacancies. One thing is very common here. The vacancies are non-existent from northern state or the Hindi heartland. Correct? Recently, the SBI clerk notification also came. After the backlog, the regular vacancies also were being published. And there are also a lot of people from the students who are from northern India. They reached out to us, specifically through Instagram, etc. That's are there going to be a follow-up vacancy list, because Uttar Pradesh, which is the biggest state of the country as far as the population is concerned, it is showing only 200 vacancies from Uttar Pradesh, and followed by that from a lot of states like Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, entire NCR region, Delhi, Chandigarh, etc. There were no vacancies. In fact, from some of these southern states also, I think Kerala was not there, and Andhra or Telangana mein se one was not there. Correct? So here also you see the similar pattern. North India states are completely missing. There are around 20 states which are listed here. These states include Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal, Assam, Goa, Gujarat, Jammu Kashmir, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Odisha, Punjab, Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Tripura, and West Bengal. The local languages are also given, which is very important. Acha, there is a special remark related to the language of Nagaland. Nagaland ke andar mein, even if you are able to read, write, or speak the language, English language, there is a special note which is kept that you should have studied that language in your 11th and 12th, 10th and 12th basically. Your mark sheet should vividly. So there's a special note for Nagaland. Now SC, ST, OBC, WS general total vacancies are mentioned here. In general, there are total 981 vacancies, followed closely by the OBC, which has the second largest number of vacancies of nearly 600. SC has total vacancy of 358, ST has 240. All right, EWS also has nearly 303 vacancies. If you talk about the which state is having the highest number of vacancy, firstly this Gujarat is having 316, and there is no other state which comes closer as far as the general vacancies are concerned. Total number of vacancies are also quite good in Gujarat, 785. Here also in the case of Karnataka there are sufficient vacancies, you can see. Okay? In the case of Sikkim also, I think it's quite unfilled vacancies and new vacancies. They have notified two different things, and then followed by that Tamil Nadu ke andar mein. So they have merged the unfilled vacancies and the new vacancies together. So this is the total number of vacancies that you are seeing. So you can add 288, 130 here, and 785, 400. So Gujarat is the numero uno as far as the number of vacancies from a single state is concerned, across categories and the total number of vacancies as well. Clear? Now what we were mentioning before, you can put your questions in the comment section. I'll be taking them towards the end of the session. See, here what we were saying, that for the state of Arunachal Pradesh also and Nagaland, English shall be accepted as local language only for the candidates who have studied and passed English as one of their subject during the school level. Correct? So if you are someone who has not studied the language in 10, 12, the mark sheet is not showing, but if you are comfortable with the language, that won't be considered. There is a special note for Nagaland. Clear? Now let us move towards these are the special cases and criteria for people with visual impairment or any other type of hearing disability. Application fee, it is in front of you. Application fee is how much? 850 inclusive GST for general EWS OBC and 175 for the other category student. Scale of pay is also mentioned, 48480. Location posting, it will be definitely in the state which you are selecting here for the first 12 year or till your first promotion to SMGS 4 grade. Correct? Whichever is earlier basically. Probation period, just like most of the examination, is 12 months. Service bond of 2 lakh rupees is also provisioned here, which is not very much unique. Eligibility criteria, education, work, we have already discussed. Selection procedure is something that you need to focus here. How you are going to get selected and how is the entire examination is going to happen. There is first online test followed by a GD or a personal interview. Correct? So in the online test, you will see that there are 4 subjects: English, banking knowledge, general economy awareness, reasoning ability, and quant. Correct? Total number of questions are 120. Each section has 30 questions. Maximum marks are also 120, that is 1 marks per question. Total number remains the same. Duration is also very much appropriate, 30, 30, 30, 30, 120 minutes, 2 hours time you will get. Acha. For the banking knowledge general and the reasoning portion, quant portion, bilingual है totally the examination mode. All right, but for English language it remains English. One more thing, that English language is only qualifying in nature. This particular first section is qualifying in nature. Marks secured in English section will not be considered for the final merit list. This you have to keep in mind. Correct? Above section test except the test of English language will be available bilingually. That also I have made very clear. Minimum marks is required. In IOB, see, there were IOB and PNB, minimum marks was not required. Here there is a sectional cutoff also. Each section will have a particular cutoff which will be decided by the bank. Correct? There is a minus marking also, 0.25 for each wrong answer. Marks will be deducted. So you have to keep this thing in mind. I hope it's clear to you. Any other important detail? This is regarding the scribe, those who are taking the help, visual impairment. Okay. Biometric data, action against the candidates found guilty of some. Okay. LPT we have already discussed. Acha, this is the later stages. LPT to we have already discussed. Let us also briefly talk about this. To we have discussed. Let us also briefly talk about the GD or the personal interview. Okay. Post your online examination, bank will be calling you for the group discussion and the personal interview. Candidates in a ratio that will be decided by the bank itself. It is not given here. And you have to score minimum marks in each section to be eligible for this next round. Correct? And also minimum total score in the online test. In each section and in the entire online test, there has to be a minimum marks, after which you will be shortlisted for the group discussion or the PI. All right, based upon the number of the vacancies and the cutoff criteria. In the case more than one scores have the same cutoff marks, candidates will be ranked according to their age. Okay, descending order will be taken here. Minimum qualifying marks percentage for the GD and PI is also there, which is 60% for general category, 55% for the reserve category. So for this round also, GD, PI also, you have a minimum marks. After you have cleared all the round, you will be considered for the final selection. Okay, post successful verification of all the data that you have submitted. If there is any discrepancy in the data, that will create a major problem. Any other thing that we need to add here? All the documents are mentioned. Go through it thoroughly. We'll be having 2 other sessions where we'll be talking about other aspects also. This first session was about the notification, vacancy, syllabus, and the pattern of the examination, which I think I have made quite clear. Correct? Second session will be about how to crack this examination in first attempt. Certain nitty-gritties. We'll be talking about that tomorrow most certainly, and then day after tomorrow we'll be having session about the questions, specifically the GA questions, etc., which were asked in the previous year examination, because out of 120, 50% of weightage is of the general awareness, banking knowledge, general economy related question. So that is make or break. Okay? If you have any doubts or question, do put that in the comment section. I'll be answering them in the next session. Today actually I have a session to take, live class to take from 1 p.m. So I'm not going to, yes. Any questions, specific questions? Age criteria, sir, for general category, as I've mentioned, 21 to 30. Okay? Roshan, the age criteria is 21 to 30. King is asking regarding 1 saal ka apprenticeship. No, basically clerical experience or other experience is not concerned here. Officer grade, basically, जो आपका experience that will be considered here. No, that was BN Rao is asking working clerk can apply. It was explicitly written. Okay? Clerical cadre experience won't be considered here in the eligibility criteria. So good number of vacancies are there, specifically those who are from Gujarat or Tamil Nadu. They have to do the best to crack this examination. I'll be having another session. Actually today I'm getting late because there is a class at 1 p.m. So if you have any doubts, put them in the comment section. I'll answer them, take them in the next session, or somebody from our team will definitely answer that for you. Okay? Put all your doubts. Do not put in the chat box here. Put that after the session is over in the comment section. Correct? Meet you in the second lecture tomorrow live for the how to crack examination and the GA question asked last year. Thank you very much for joining in. All the best for your preparation. Goodbye. See you.